Hey, so in this video, we are going to determine how far a pitcher's mound is from first base. So here we have a pitcher's mound on a softball field, and it's 43 feet from home plate. Now the distance between the bases is 60 feet, as we can see in the sketched diagram. What's important to note is the pitcher's mound is not halfway between home plate and second base. So we're trying to figure out how far is the pitcher's mound from first base. And we've got that marked as this side length h right here, okay? The distance from the pitcher's mound to first base. So in our triangle HPF, h is 45 degrees, okay? Angle h is 45 degrees. And we know that because the line segment HP bisects the right angle at angle H. All right, so we have that F is 43 feet, so the distance from the pitcher's mound to home plate. And we also know that the distance from home to first is 60 feet. So we're trying to solve for H. So here we see that we have an oblique triangle because we don't know if any of the angles are 90 degrees. And this is a side angle side case, which means that we're going to be using the law of cosines. So let's talk about what the law of cosines looks like for the variables that we're using when we're trying to solve for side h. All right, so we have h squared equals f squared plus p squared minus 2fp times the cosine of h. So we're going to take all the variables that we know the values for, and we're going to plug those in, which is going to give us h squared equals 43 squared plus 60 squared minus 2 times 43 times 60 times the cosine of 45. And so we definitely want to go ahead and just plug that into the calculator to get our h squared value, right? So when we plug that into our calculator, it gives us h squared equals 1,833 hundredths. But we weren't looking for h squared. We're looking for just h, which means we need to take the square root of both sides. So that goes and it eliminates our h squared and leaves us with just an h. But the thing is when we take the square root, we're left with a positive and a negative value of the answer. But the issue here is that we're talking about a distance, which means negative distance doesn't really make sense. So here we're only going to be looking for the positive answer. So when we take the square root of 1,800.33 hundredths, we're left with approximately 42.43 feet. And so now we know that the distance on a softball field from the pitcher's mound to first base is about 42.5 feet, just under that rather. And so we're done. We've answered our question. We're finished.